Welcome to a Love Island Games recap, season 2, episode 3. Where we basically ended off was Josh and Lucinda got rid of their heartbreak necklaces and gave them to Charlie and Andreina after beating them in a duel. So it's kind of a little bit of aftermath of that. Andrea and Josh are happy to be with each other again and kiss and whatever. Garby and Ken, which that name eats, by the way. Garby and Kendall. They kiss in the photo booth after speaking the speakeasy and kind of things. We'll see what's going. I need Garby to not stay there long. We'll see what happens though with them. Ty is comforting Andrea as she's feeling sad about like obviously losing, and she didn't just lose, like she was like embarrassed. And obviously we only saw snippets of the challenge, but she looked like she was just lying there like a dead fish and didn't even try. I don't know. So she's like crying, feeling sad. Ty's comforting her, whatever. They kiss, whatever. In the bathroom later, Ty and KK are both there and they're talking a little bit like lingering and they kiss. So she's saying like, things with Chris are moving slower than I'm used to, things like that. And Chris, obviously, he's told the boys, like, I'm focused on the money. And he was, like, falling asleep before, like, everyone was in bed. And Mert was like, you're not going to cuddle her? He's like, no, it's too soon for me to cuddle her, whatever. And later in the episode, he's like, it's going to be hard because, I'm trying to focus on, getting this money and things like that. Like, he's not trying to, like, get involved, even though, get involved, like, maybe as KK wants to get involved, like, right away, potentially. Because obviously she said that she wants to find someone, that whole kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. We're keeping an eye on it, but obviously, like, we'll see when the KK and Ty news comes out. KK did tell Andrea, and everyone, it's like day 2, 3 in there, so it's early. It's fine for people to like kind of be going around, but yeah, we have 2 new bombshells come in. Well, not new. Both 3-time Love Islanders. Johnny from Love Island Season 2, USA Season 2, and Love Island Games Season 1. He was runner-up both seasons. And Justine, our only Love Island 2-time winner, Love Island USA Season 2, and also Love Island Games Season 1. I said this yesterday, and with Johnny, I don't really care about like that. But with Justine, for me, because I care about her, it's like it gets to a point. It's like, babe, why are we back? And also now I'm kind of like, you're going to mess up your streak because I don't even want to put ill on her, whatever like that. But I'd be very shocked if she were to win a 3rd time. And I also just was reminded earlier today that she was also just on Perfect Match on Netflix, which I didn't watch, but she's like, hitting these reality shows. And I mean, hey, get the bag, do what you gotta do. But it's kind of just like, babes, like, why do you keep coming back to Love Island? Like, stop. And again, Johnny has been on the same amount of times as she has. But I don't care about Johnny. I'm an original Justine's angel. For those of us who watched Love Island USA Season 2, which aired in 2020, it was like such an interesting season because a lot of Love Islands didn't like air in 2020. But in Love Island USA, they had just kind of gotten their legs. They just did Season 1, so they obviously want to keep going Season 2. They put them all in like Caesar's Palace. And I remember Caesar's Palace because they kept like, Ian Sterling could be yelling Caesar's Palace like in the freaking episodes. It was so annoying. They were like all basically living in Caesar's Palace on a roof, like on the top, and they were just trapped in there, essentially. And that was all of Love Island. But it was a really, really good season. Justine ended up winning that season. She said on this date with Charlie, like she is, obviously she came in, won twice, like had 2 situations. She didn't really go into all of it, but we know that she kind of was, hard done 2 times. And she's thinking like, I want to kind of like put more effort or more focus into like winning. She was very shocked to hear about the prize total, $250,000. Obviously, that's a big prize total. We'll just see. But I'm also like, they give my girl PTSD. They chuck her in there, and first thing they do is throw her on a date with the brown-haired British guy. Please, like the flashbacks. Next up here, we have Andreina and Johnny are also on a date. We knew from the first episode that Andreina said Johnny was in her DMs, and we also find out during this date that they kissed. Who knows? Like, they said they haven't seen each other in like 2 months, and who knows like how they met up, whatever, but they kissed at least once. They do kiss again. They were saying like, oh, maybe we shouldn't tell everyone that we've kissed before because maybe we can just keep it for ourselves. The thing is, they do kiss again on this date. I'm happy that Andreina actually has Johnny in there now because, and when it kind of seems like she got out the villa and then, I mean, she's a hot commodity and like people were just blowing up her DMs and she was just chatting all types of people. And I mean, hey, fair play. You're single. It's summer. Life is popping. I do feel like though I'm happy that Johnny's in there in a sense, or like someone else to help get her attention and not focus so much on Ty, because I feel like she's a lover girl and she's so like worried about like either getting Ty back or like what's Ty doing maybe. And she hasn't really explicitly said this, but I can tell from kind of some of the ways that we've been seeing. I want her to know, like, don't be there waiting for Ty. Obviously, Ty has told you he was going to get to know people. When she finds out about KK, she'll probably be upset a little bit, but maybe not as much because she's kissed Johnny now. But she needs to remember, like, I'm like a hot commodity. I can, I don't need to be focused on Tyreek. And I feel like as well, the guys, they once said that they liked Andreina. Some of the guys did, but maybe they're like, don't want to like try to go up against Tyreek, or maybe they're seeing how Andreina is kind of like so focused on him to some level. We'll just see what happens with that whole situation. But on these dates, they're like, okay, you got to pick couples to go against because Andreina and Charlie have these necklaces, right? So it's like you have to pick a couple to go against. And this challenge tonight, you're going to be partnered up with Justine and Johnny, obviously. And if you win the challenge, you get to take the necklace off. And then essentially you can choose someone in that couple you want to give the necklace to. Charlie and Justine choose Nicola and Isaiah. And Andreina and Johnny choose Gabri and Kendall. Cool. When they got the text for the Islanders in the Villa, got the text for, oh, there's gonna be a challenge tonight, and they just said like Andreina and her partner and Charlie and his partner. Nicola was getting herself hyped up because she just got called out to this challenge, and she was going like, who was this bitch? And yada, yada, yada. I said, hey, I need you trying to get yourself hyped up, but watch your mouth now. You're talking about Justine. Watch your mouth. Relax it. Again, she was just trying to get herself hyped. She wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't anything personal, but hey, careful. Anyways, essentially skipping to then here, like Nicola and Isaiah beat Charlie and Justine, which the thing is, well, they beat Charlie because Justine was fine. She was safe regardless. So Charlie keeps the necklace, and Johnny and Andreina beat Gabri and Kendall. And essentially, Andreina chooses to put the necklace on Kendall. The Islanders have to choose between Kendall and Charlie. Who are they going to save? And it's like right away you knew like, oh, Charlie's a goner because Kendall has more friends. Like he's been a Love Islander for a year plus now. He's met a lot of these people already, or at least some of them. He has more connections probably because, you know, Charlie's kind of fresh out the Villa in a sense. So he got set packing already. Kind of a quick, he was like, oh, I had to beat my own record. I got kicked off early-ish last time and yada, yada. Anyway, it would have been interesting though. And they still can, like, to bring Hannah on the show. And even though Charlie's gone, like, I'd like to see Hannah still. Like, please, let's bring her on. Hannah Banana. She's great. So Charlie's dumped. See ya, bye-bye. And the preview shows Toby from Love Island Series 7 and also Love Island All-Stars Series, the first series, is back. They are really packing in all the evil, square-headed, light-skinned men in this villa. These girls, they got... or maybe just brown skin, because we have Tyreek, evil, Johnny, evil, Toby, evil. They've all had some things. Even they've all had a lot going on. Even you can throw Kendall in there, maybe. It's gonna be those. Pray for those girls. We're gonna see what happens. Also, Toby and Tyreek were friends before Love Island. They like grew up together, so it'll be nice to see them. Actually, we never got to see them like on screen together, so that'd be nice to see how that kind of friendship is on screen. But yeah, this was the episode today. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Overall, I don't really know who I'm fully like back. Obviously, I'm supporting Justine, even though I'm kind of like, babe, why are we back? I obviously am supporting her. There's some other people I'm liking so far, but we're kind of just waiting to see like how everything folds, how everything plays out. But give me your thoughts so far on this season. Again, we're only 3 episodes in. There's a lot more to go. There's 3 weeks till it will be here, so decent episodes today, and we'll see how tomorrow